Hello friends, Christian Carter from Radius Financial Group, and today I am answering a question that we get all the time, and that question is, can I buy a home with a failed septic system? And the answer is absolutely yes, and there are two ways in particular that we can go about financing a home with a failed septic system. First one is by using a holdback, and that can be either buyer funded or seller funded. And then the second option is by using a renovation mortgage such as FHA 203K or Fannie Mae HomeStyle or a different renovation program, right? So it's not as bad as it seems. Buying a home with a septic system is absolutely an option, and you can finance it so you don't have to pay cash. So let's get right into it. All right, so first up on the list here is a holdback. Now, a holdback is when the seller or the buyer sets aside funds to cover the repair or replacement of the new septic system, right? Now, and a lot of times this holdback is going to be roughly 1.5% of the total cost of the new system, right? So let's say the new system is going to cost $20,000 to replace, right? The holdback is going to be 1.5 times that, so the holdback will actually be $30,000 as opposed to $20,000, right? And now, really important here, the work is started after the buyers and the sellers close on the home, right? So the septic system will be fixed after the new buyers close on the property of the home. All right, so like I said, two different ways here, buyer funded and seller funded. So for this quick example, let's stick with the example of a $20,000 new septic, right? So let's talk about buyer funded first. So if the septic is going to cost 20 grand to replace, then the actual holdback amount is going to be $30,000, right? So at the closing table, the buyers are going to put down an additional $30,000, right? So that's on top of their down payment, on top of their closing costs, on top of their cash to close, right? So in this example, the buyers will put down an additional $30,000 in order to pay for the replacement of that new septic system, right? Now, after they buy the home, after the septic system has been replaced or fixed, any additional or excess money that was not spent on the new septic system, so any additional money that's left over from that $30,000 is going to go directly back to the buyers, right? And let's talk about the seller funded, right? So same example here, $20,000 new septic. The holdback is going to be 1.5 times that, so $30,000 holdback. And the closing attorney is essentially going to hold back 30 grand from the seller's proceeds until the new septic system is replaced, right? So quick example, let's say you were selling your home and you're supposed to get $100,000 from the sale of your home, right? But you do a $30,000 holdback in order for the sellers, you, to fix the septic system yourself. So at the closing table, you were supposed to get a check for $100,000. In this case, you would only get a check for $70,000 because we're going to hold back the $30,000 to fix that septic system, right? Just like in the buyer funded example, any excess money that was not spent, any of that excess 30K that was not spent on fixing the septic system is going to be given right back to the sellers because it was a seller funded holdback, right? I hope that makes sense. Holdbacks are great and they're really not that bad to deal with. On to the next one, all right? This would be a renovation mortgage. So again, popular ones are definitely the FHA 203K as well as Fannie Mae HomeStyle. Those are just two popular renovation programs out there, but there are more. So in this example, the buyer would finance both the purchase and the cost of the new septic system into one mortgage, right? So the difference between these two, right, is with a renovation mortgage, you're financing the costs of replacing or renovating or fixing that septic system, as where with a holdback, you're paying for that money up front to fix the septic system, right? And then just like in our previous example with the holdback, on a renovation mortgage, the work is going to be started after the buyers buy the new home, right? So I hope this was helpful. Again, question we get all the time is, can I buy a home with a failed septic system? And the answer is absolutely yes. Two great ways to do this, ways to finance a home with a bad septic system is through a holdback, either seller funded or buyer funded, or you can go the renovation mortgage route. Both are very good options, and they allow you to purchase that great new property. All right, that's all she wrote. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, I would love it if you could give it a big thumbs up. And of course, if you want me to cover other topics, please leave them in the comments below, and I will make sure to make a video on that topic of your choosing. Other than that, if you do tend to like a number of my videos, it would really help me out if you could subscribe to my channel. Other than that, I will talk with you later, and keep the questions coming. Adios.